Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello friends, Kevin Lopez again from Personal Tutor, explaining to you a poem, Aunt Jennifer's Tiger, from 12th class NCERT syllabus book, Flamingo. This is a poem written by famous poet Adrian Rich. Adrian Rich, an essayist, a poet, a novelist, kind of depicts her personal married life in this poem, my friends. It's a beautiful explanation of a woman's plight in a married life. It's about the explanation of a husband who's constantly shouting at the lady. She is not at the peace. She's trembling with fear, trying to save her married life, yet is not successful and comfortable enough to do so. Let's have a look at the poem now. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the trees, they pace in sleek chivalric certainty. It's about Aunt Jennifer, a character who has engraved a few tigers of ivory in a panel. She uses a needle to engrave the tigers, and they seem yellowish as a topaz. It's a stone, it's a gem. They prance across the wall. They jump across the wall as if they are running wild. The term denizen over here depicts them to be the citizen of the green, that is of the forest. They are not scared of the people standing out there in the panel. They aren't worried about anything. They're simply roaming as if wild and free as a tiger bee. Aunt Jennifer's finger, fluttering through her wool, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. Aunt Jennifer, a lady living a problematic, disturbed married life, constantly rigging her ring finger, constantly wriggling it out, looking at as if she is lost in a thought. It even got her hard to pull out the needle from the wool soon. This depicts that the lady is suffering from a mental trauma of a disturbed marriage. The terms that she is wriggling her wedding finger and lost in thoughts, and thus she is unable to complete the action that she is doing, gets her in a notion of being in a restless state. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. The wedding band, my friends, it's usually that we do have a customary session of gifting a ring to our spouses once we get married. It reminds us, yet I'm not, it reminds us about the bond, the unity, the oneness, the dedication of a married life. It's a constant reminder of the passion, the happiness, the dependability that we share as spouses. Here, the constant burden of Uncle's wedding band. Now, this ring, this wedding ring that Aunt Jennifer is wearing today is depicted as a burden. It is a burden that she has to live day in and day out. This clearly shows that she is not leading a happy married life. She is going through turmoils. She is having a notion of sadness. Yet the contrast in the poem is, my friends, that she is engraving tigers who are running wild. Doesn't it give you a contrast of the total emancipation that she is carrying inside her? She isn't able to lead a happy, settled wedding life, yet in her thoughts, in her actions, in a in the art that she's creating wild tigers who are not scared of anything. This means that Aunt Jennifer wants to run wild and high, but she here is stopped by the band, that is the wedding ring that she is wearing. She wants to break free, she wants to run out, she needs to blast it out, but yet she is herself dying inside. Beautiful lines coming ahead. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with the ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made. Now, today, Aunt Jennifer is no more. She has died, being an old lady, a troubled person. She really had a bad life. Her fingers will lay still. She won't be trembling again. She won't be searching for things in fake vicinity. She won't be looking ahead to go ahead and have, the thoughts mastered in her mind while they occupy her presence into the neglected things that she is suffering as an ordeal. Her fingers would be ringed. It is actually said that the mark of that ring will remain on her body forever. That is, the burden that she carried will remain in her heart, in her mind, and the sign of the ring shall be seen till her body lays there, lifeless. It will remind us that she stayed in a sad state. The husband keeps on shouting. It's the ordeal. We can explain it, my friends. Like, it's the ordeal that a married lady suffers usually. It's either by getting beaten by the husband, not being respected by the kids, not having a happy married life, and many more reasons. You can get them in further explanations in your own words. But what shall remain forever is the tigers in the panel that she made. The tigers that Aunt Jennifer made on the panel shall remain there forever, giving us a picture of a heart that wanted to leap out of the boundness, not scared of people around, being herself. So friends, this is a beautiful poem giving out a plight of a married woman who is not exactly living out a better life. We'll see a few explanations in the question and answers that usually you may encounter in the examinations. What does the prancing tiger symbolize? A prancing tiger is a notion where a tiger is ready to leap into the bewilderment of immense emptiness. That's what Aunt Jennifer here explains. She gives out a notion of herself, her heart, her mind, that is just waiting for a chance to jump out, break through the shambles and the chains. Why are they referred to as denizens of the world of green? Well, the tigers are citizens of the forest, indeed. That's why they have used the notion of denizens of the green. What qualities of the tiger are highlighted here? The qualities of a tiger that are highlighted are ferociousness, fearlessness. They are not scared of the men standing nearby. They are ready to prance, the jumping, the leaping out. That is the fierceness of a tiger that is being shown here. It is the sharp contrast to the wild ferocity of the tigers who are not afraid of hunter. Unlike Aunt Jennifer, The tigers fear nothing, but Aunt Jennifer is constantly in a state of fear. Explain. They pace in sleek chivalric certainty. Ever seen a king, a major, an army leader? They walk in a stance, my friends. That's what is called that a tiger does. He fears nothing because he knows he is really a gallant person, animal, and that's what the quality here Aunt Jennifer depicts. He's chivalrous, he's valiant, he's glad, he's robust, and he's wild. Above all, he's brave. That's what is explained over here, that they pace in sleek chivalric certainty because they know that there's nothing that could come in their way. Whereas the lady here has got many obstacles in her life. Why does Aunt Jennifer's finger flutter through her wool? Aunt Jennifer is a lady who is in constant fear of her husband. She feels so nervous and terrified that at times the simple task of pulling out a needle from the wool ball seems to be the most tedious thing because she is constantly rumoraged and terrified by the fear that is instilled in her by her husband. Why does she find it hard to pull the ivory needle? The mental suppression that the lady is going through today, the state that she is in, is not a good thing to be spoken about. She is battered and in fact tortured by someone that has been explained to be her husband. Thus a simple task of pulling out the needle seems to be quite fluttering for her. Explain massive weight of uncle's wedding band. Now this line symbolizes the worst manner that one could stay in a married life. It symbolizes the majestic, egoistic falseness of a male supremacy in the married life. My friends, in a married life it's said that both people share an equal weight, share an equal emotion, share an equal relation. But here it is depicted that the male chauvinist uncle had not given Aunt Jennifer a respected and a beautiful married life that a lady expects at the end of the time. She leaves everything. She starts a new family. I'm not being feminist, sorry. She has her pains. Yet, the male ego suppresses her. That's what Aunt Jennifer here was going through. The supremacy that was stooped upon her by the uncle here depicts as a massive weight of uncle's wedding band. My friend, it depicts that the ring here symbolizes the oneness, the uniqueness, the sacrament of marriage. But this ring now has actually become a burden for her. Thus, she flutters with it all the time, gets lost in the thought as if she wants to break free, yet she respects the sacrament taken by them. And maybe, that's the notion not given out in the poem. Thinks about the good days to come ahead. Let's see. How is Aunt Jennifer affected by the weight of matrimony? Aunt Jennifer is a lady who has her daily chores in the house. She has to look after the family, the daily work. Yet, she cannot roam out freely as tigers do. She cannot pounce. She cannot be fearless. She's got many foundations here that constantly keep her clutched into the thoughts of matrimony. She's not living a happy wedding life here, my friends. That's what's explained over here. This poem is written by Adrienne Rich, who herself was married to a professor of University of Manchester. She gives a notion of her life here as well, clearly depicted a woman's heart, her thought. She's going through a turmoil, yet beautifully encompassed by words like burden of the wedding band. The hands stay, the fingers lie ringed by the thoughts of sorrow. These are a few words that explain the plight of the lady about Adrian was speaking about in this poem. We at Personal Tutor, my friends, are constantly working up on providing you briefs, quality content, explanations of the NCERT syllabus through various channels. If you have any questions, please do comment below. We would be glad to reply them. If you want to know something about us, please do press the button about us, and I request you to subscribe our channel, as we have reached a good number of subscribers, my friends, and are constantly going up on a go. If you want to have the data online, you can request it. We can also provide the data to you in a pen drive. So thanking you today to attend this session. This is Kevin once again, my friends. Thanks a lot.